Hello, and welcome back to the Natural Wellness Tips Podcast. This is your host, Dr. Jennifer Shaw. Super excited to be here with you. 2 weeks ago, I talked to you about some of my tips for getting fit, right? And one of the things that gets most in our way when we're trying to get fit is injuries, right? Have you ever had, or are you dealing with an injury, nagging pain or discomfort, which impedes your ability to work out, move your body, reach your fitness goals? It happens to all of us. We get motivated. We decide to get fit. We decide to reach our goals. We get going towards those goals. We create momentum, and then bam, injury, pain, loss of momentum. It can be so frustrating. It can be so frustrating. So today I want to share with you guys 3 tips that can help you recover from and even prevent injuries. I shared this in an online event with that people could have attended for free that I did following the last Getting Fit event. So we're kind of just compounding on that and going a little bit deeper, right? And I don't want you to get me wrong and think that I think you can prevent all injuries, right? But injuries are absolutely bound to happen. But with the right care, we can limit them and keep our bodies moving. So we're going to dive into protein and its role in our body's recovery. We're going to talk about rest and recovery. So 2 weeks ago, we talked about sleep, right? And it's so important, but rest and recovery is on top of sleep. We'll talk about what it is, why it's important, and different ways to incorporate it in. And we'll also talk about inflammation, a little bit about chronic versus acute, and how we can address it. I'm going to share with you guys some background information on these. I'm going to share with you guys some of my favorite habits and also some of my favorite Doterra products in these areas to really help you. So if you guys already have a Doterra account, awesome. Kudos to you. That's amazing. If you don't have a Doterra account, guys, and you want to give these essential oils a try, specifically the protein powder, it comes in my oil experience, click the link below and just join the 5-day oil experience. You can do that on my website at drjennifershaw.com or by clicking the link below the podcast, wherever you are listening. And it's just $10. I send you 6 samples, one of them being your choice of protein. So let's dive in and specifically talk about protein. So protein is imperative. It's so important that we have it in our diets and that we have enough of it. It comes from more foods than you may realize, and you probably actually need more protein than you realize. So let's talk about this. I'm going to go through some signs that you are deficient in protein. And I want you to keep a list in your head of how many of these resonate with you. Hair loss, brittle nails, muscle wasting, difficulty recovering from workouts or injuries, low energy, dark circles under your eyes, always hungry, swelling in the abdomen, legs, feet, and hands, mood changes, depression. So how many of those ring true for you right now? I remember back when I ate vegan for a year. I know for myself, I wasn't consuming enough protein, and I could tell I had these dark circles under my eyes. I had low energy. I had muscle wasting. I am so glad I did it for a year because I learned so much. And as I record this, I'm actually eating vegan for almost a month, just for a little cleansing. And I know that I can go in and do that. And I know that I have the tools, but most importantly, I learned that I do best in the long term with animal proteins in my diet. So I want to talk to you guys about the importance of protein. So every cell in the human body contains protein, and it helps your body to repair cells and make new ones. So some of the other benefits of this is it helps with proper growth and development of children and teens. It's essential for the health of pregnant mamas and babies. It forms hair, nails, bones, and muscles, prevents the loss of muscle when losing weight. So it maintains your muscle mass, improves bone density, decreasing risk of fractures, boosts immune system, cuts cravings, boosts your metabolism, helping you to burn more calories, supports healthy cholesterol levels, powers faster recovery for injury, and moves nutrients through your body. So how much protein do we need? There's so many different numbers out there. You can Google it and be shocked by all the information, but I want to share with you just kind of the numbers that I think are most relevant and I think are the easiest to just go off of. I think they're good numbers for a stepping stone if you're just getting into this. So I think the average person should have about 0.36 grams of protein per pound. If you're looking for weight loss, you actually want to increase that. So you want to have 0.7 grams per pound. And if you want to gain muscle, you want to have 0.8 grams per pound. Remember, enough protein in your diet actually allows your body to gain muscle while burning fat. That's what we want. So those higher numbers of protein are substantial in us hitting our weight loss goals. So we want to look at, our goal. Do we want to just maintain our weight? Do we want to lose weight, gain muscle? And you're going to be somewhere between that 0.3 to 0.8 grams of protein per pound, right? So getting kind of clear on what that looks like is going to be really imperative for you. So animal proteins usually have the highest amount of protein per punch, basically. So one serving or 85 grams of beef can have 28 grams of protein in it. Even our starches, though, such as rice or our veggies, such as spinach, or our fruits, such as bananas, have a level of protein in them. So let's talk about the foods that are highest in protein. So our 8 protein dense foods. We have meat like chicken, beef, pork, lamb, bison, and game. I eat grass-fed. That is important to me that it's, grass-fed and I'm not having any of the chemicals in there, right? Eggs. They're whole eggs or egg whites. Again, trying to get free range vegetarian fed eggs is awesome. Soy, like tofu, black soybeans, edamame, tempeh. If you guys are eating any of that, it needs to be non-GMO and organic. Fish, like whitefish, halibut, sole, snapper, or fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and herring. I go down to the dock here in San Diego and I'm able to get fresh fish from the water. Legumes like beans, lentils, black beans are awesome. Pinto beans are huge. When I eat vegetarian and vegan, I eat a lot of lentils and I eat a lot of black beans. Greek yogurt, non-fat, low fat, full fat, doesn't matter. They're all really good for a protein source. Shellfish like shrimp, crab, lobster, mussels, and scallops. And probably one of the easiest ones to get protein, a protein powder. So I specifically use Doterra's plant-based protein powder, but they also have a whey. So let's spend a little time talking about this last one, this protein powders. So Doterra's protein powders make it easier for you to learn, to know how much protein you are getting. So you can easily reach your intake goals. So Doterra has both the whey and the plant-based option. The whey comes in vanilla and chocolate and contains 21 grams of protein from pasture-fed cows. It is gluten-free, soy, GMO, and the whey is RBST hormone-free. So that's huge, guys. It is naturally sweetened with monk fruit and stevia, and as a bonus, it contains 7 grams of fiber, which we talked about 2 weeks ago on the podcast. The key in having fiber to help us remain satiated and supporting a healthy metabolism. Fiber is essential. So if you have enough fiber, great. So if you're using already your doTERRA fiber, now you have your doTERRA protein and you're getting even more fiber. Awesome. There's also the plant-based option, which is my favorite. Just like the whey, it's GMO, non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, naturally sweetened with the monk fruit, and the stevia contains the 7 grams of fiber, and it also has 21 grams of protein. The plant-based one has its protein sourced from peas, brown rice, pumpkin seeds, sacha niche, and flaxseed. So you're getting a nice, clean, dense protein in this protein shake. So very key. I love, love, love my protein powder. It tastes delicious. There are great options. There are other great options for ensuring you get enough protein in your diet as well. And it's when you're taking these protein powders, you're getting not only the protein, but you're also getting the nutrients, and they taste absolutely amazing. So at this point, I hope that you understand the importance of protein. We've just talked about it for about 10 minutes. It's no joke, right? You have to have protein in your diet. So let's shift gears to resting. So it's an essential part of our healing and maintaining a healthy body. When we rest, Yes, it is very important. We have to rest, but also resting alleviates muscle pain and soreness by removing excess lactate from the muscles. It's repairing and building to the muscles. So exercise creates microscopic tears in the muscles. Fibroblasts repair and build up the muscle tissue on rest days. It replenishes the body's energy store. Glycogen, a form of energy, is stored in the muscles, and rest days allow for the muscles to replenish their glycogen stores. And it helps prevent injuries. Over exercising puts a repetitive stress and strain on the muscles, increasing our risk of injuries. So how do we know if we need a rest day? These are some signs that you need a rest day. And tally this in your head as I share, because I want you to be able to go back and say, okay, those definitely ring true for me. You are experiencing persistent muscle pain and or soreness. You're unable to complete a workout. You continue to feel sluggish even after you work out. You binge eat or have cravings out for your comfort foods. You're experiencing increased incidence of injury or illness, or you're experiencing changes in your mood, like mood shifts, irritability, insomnia. You're noticing decrease in the benefits from your workouts. Let me know. Can you relate to any of these guys? Have you given yourself the rest you need? I can feel really guilty about not moving my body. It can be a really hard thing for me. So there's definitely ways that you can have rest days. And I always say there's active recovery days and rest days, right? So like active recovery days are like a gentle walk, gentle stretching, yin yoga, getting a massage, acupuncture, those things, right? And then rest days, true rest days, are reading a book, taking time with your friends and family, taking a nice soak in some Epsom salt, right? I add my deep blue in there. Some of the other things I do for my rest days is I really tune into my body. I listen to what's talking to me, what muscles, what joints, what body parts need a little extra attention. And I reach for my deep blue rub or my deep blue stick. Like I keep both of them, not even kidding you, right here on my desk at all times. They're just here and I use them all the time. But I've been loving my new deep blue stick because it's just so easy to put on and it doesn't make my hands dirty or anything. It's coupled with that copaiba for that real soothing relief. So I apply the deep blue stick, the deep blue rub, or deep blue oil or aroma touch to the areas that are talking to me, taking a little extra time to massage them in, maybe even using the deep blue massage ball that you get in month 1 of doTERRA's Relief Wellness Program, and just taking some time to pay attention and find gratitude for my physical body. Taking this time to tune in is essential for me in preventing overuse injuries and paying attention to what my body's asking for. I also, like I said, love taking those Epsom salt baths with deep blue, just giving my full body that love and support it needs. So one more area of rest and recovery is important to talk about, and that's sleep. So last 2 episodes ago, I spoke to you guys about sleep, but I want to take it a little bit deeper. So remember, if we don't get enough sleep, we actually have release of chemicals in our body that signal hunger. We end up eating more, exercising less, gaining weight, digestive issues, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, sleep apnea. These all increase if we are not getting enough sleep. And your sleep schedule is so imperative. So last week we talked about our eating schedule, our last episode, 2 episodes ago, right? We talked about our eating schedule and really like, when do we start eating? When do we stop eating? We talked a little bit about our sleep schedule, but today I want you guys to actually do the math and get real about your sleep schedule. So start with what time you need to wake up and go back 8.5 hours from there. So ultimately, that's when you want to be getting into bed. You need to give your body time to unwind. So from there, you go back another 30 to 60 minutes, and that's when you want to start unwinding. That's when you want to start tidying up the house and showering, right? So let's actually walk this through. So if you need to get up by 6, you want to be in bed by 9:30. You want to start unwinding or like tidying up the house, what I say, call saying goodnight to the house, by 8:30. So I know this might seem crazy or impossible for you right now, but baby step it. Move towards your ultimate goal. So right now, if you need to get up at 6 and you're going to bed at midnight, well, make a goal of getting in bed at 11 and get consistent with that. And then make a goal of getting in bed at 10 and move up from there until you can get to that sleep goal, right? Sleep is so imperative in our rest and our recovery, in our healing, and our ability to get fit. They say it is more important than what you eat and how much you work out. So prioritize your sleep. So we're going to shift gears to our last of the 3 tips, which is inflammation. So there's 2 main types of inflammation, acute and chronic. Acute is things like cuts, lacerations, sprains, strains, burns, infections. Acute inflammation is an integral part of our body's ability to heal. We need this inflammation. The problem is when this inflammation doesn't go away and it becomes chronic. Chronic inflammation is what causes disease. So what are some of the things that we can do to support healthy inflammation in our bodies? I'm going to talk to you guys about just some of my favorites. One of the things you can honestly do for yourself is drink high quality alkaline water and stay hydrated. That is going to make a big difference in the inflammation in your bodies. But I want to come back to Lifelong Vitality Pack. There's not enough good I can say about this supplement pack. This is the baseline of supporting our body with nutrients. It's also jam-packed with ingredients that support a healthy inflammatory cycle. And I take them each and every day. I do not miss a day of them. So Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, so the Lifelong Vitality, right, is like what we're using as our baseline. And then we have Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, which is my other go-to favorite for inflammation. And this is a unique blend of extracts. It has things like Indian frankincense, boswellia, along with turmeric and ginger. Indian frankincense has been used for its soothing properties, and it's used in traditional Ayurvedic practices in India. And it's a well-established herb that makes a big difference in our bodies, right? So not only does this supplement deliver a unique and standardized boswellia serrata extract, it's not the essential oil. This is a different frankincense that's been clinically studied to promote healthy mobility and function. It can also provide soothing and support throughout the entire body. So like frankincense, turmeric has been used for centuries in Ayurvedic practices and is also part of the popular Indian spice curry. The science behind turmeric's soothing role is in overworked muscles and joints is now recognized by experts throughout the world. So turmeric is in there. It's key. It's been shown all over that it really truly does make a difference. So we have these 2 proven things in this one supplement. You also have ginger root, which has been used for its health benefit for centuries in Asia. And it's just naturally soothing, naturally calming, right, to the body. So when we start talking about inflammatory cycles and supporting our body, like we are getting inflammation every single time we work out. So some of the ways we can manage that are taking those rest and recovery days, are leaning into those Deep Blue products like the Deep Blue Stick, the Deep Blue Rub, the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, leaning into things like the Lifelong Vitality Pack, right? Giving our body the protein that it needs to rest and recover from injuries. Because if we don't give it the protein that it needs, the body can't heal. It can't recover. It can't bounce back. So we need to give the body what it needs to bounce back. So we talked 2 weeks ago in this first Get Fit class, right, about the 3 tips for getting effing fit. And that was your morning, your nutrition, and your sleep, right? And now today we talked about 3 tips to help with injuries. And those are key. Those are your looking at your protein intake, your rest and recovery, and your inflammatory process in your body. Are you overly inflamed? If you are, we need to address that. And that can be coming from so many different things. It can be coming from your habits, your eating, not sleeping enough. If you're sensitive to dairy and you eat dairy every day, you're going to have inflammation throughout your body. It makes a big difference. So be kind to your body, be patient with those healing, and know that, these things make a big difference. They make a big difference in our bodies and how we feel. So these little shifts are going to help you get fit more than if you don't shift any of these and you just increase your workouts, you might see a little bit of gain, but you're not going to see a big difference. But if you don't do anything different to your workouts and make all of these shifts, you're going to see a big shift in how you feel, how your body looks, how you feel in your body. it's incredible. These habits compound and make such a big difference. So take them serious, get consistent with them, and really start to get your body to where you want it to be so that you can live your most fulfilled life, right? Fitness is not all about just looking good in a bikini or a bathing suit. It's so much more. It's how you feel when you get up in the morning. It's how you feel when you're chasing your grandkids or your nieces or your own kids around, right? It's how you feel when you want to accomplish something and you want to try something new in the fitness world, and you can do it because you've supported your body in so many incredible ways. So I think this is just an imperative message to share. And when I get really clear on who I'm here to help, this is my passion, right? So many people find that getting to that next level of fitness are often frustrated by the lack of progress. They're wasting time chasing the wrong things. And my goal here at Natural Wellness Tips is to show you how to get clarity on what really works, on adding in the right essential oils and supplements, refocusing your daily habits, and creating a plan that helps you reach your goals. That is my goal for you. So if you guys already have doTERRA, get going with those products we just talked about. If you don't have doTERRA yet, click the link below, try the 5-day oil experience. Let me guide you through using these essential oils and see if they're the right fit for you. If you haven't said hi on Instagram yet, please come on over to Natural Wellness Tips on Instagram and give me a hello. I love to hear from you. And I'll catch you guys next week on the podcast. Until then, namaste.